All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Atlanta Falcons. A pair of 3-0 teams set to lock horns for the right to remain unbeaten. And we're off in week 4. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And, oh, right away, he lost the football. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Gone! 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 Gone!
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded just inside the 20. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because This is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Mariota. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It'll be a gain of 18 on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on fourth down. They're indeed going. It's Mariota. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
And they'll run it here. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
To throw, Mariota. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They'll try to throw now. Mariota. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball. Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. Now Allen. Open man is Westbrook, complete. 30, past the 20. And he gets this down deep inside of Arizona's 15-yard line. A big play on third down for the Falcons. And even 60 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On play action, Allen. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made. And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games. Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll run it now out of the gun. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That time the right guard sending him backwards. And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals.
Off the play fake, Mariota. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A first catch for the man leading the NFL in receiving yards in this first month. And a first down to boot. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Mariota now on second down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. And they'll go on the ground. And an alley to run. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. They'll run it now out of the gun. Great move, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Mariota. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Working out of the gun, Mariota. And that is incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Dumps it off to Mixon. Good move at the 30. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Aaron Donald. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. The Falcons on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. So the shotgun snap to Allen. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing on 1st down is Allen, and that'll be incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. To the air, Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr. Coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And this throw will be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle him up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to sift through.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. He's at the 50. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. His throw incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Detroit! Detroit!
And here's Allen throwing on 3rd and long. And that's incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Allen Robinson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. And he's able to put it through. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 12. A 2nd down throw here for Mariota. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 16. Here's Mariota. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Pulled in at the 24. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Gone!
Allen now on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now Allen. And he'll be grabbed from behind and slung down like a rag doll. And now the Cardinals are going to use another timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Right,
the
now,
Falcons on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17.
Right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, it's Allen. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Mariota now to throw on 1st down. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They go play action. Mariota going up top. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So we have reached halftime here at a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this is taken about 7 yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Whoosh. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
So much for halftime adjustments by the defense, because you know they had to talk about it. The entire first half, they struggled to contain him. And here he is coming out in the second half and establishing the same tone. Still running the football with authority, still gaining big yardage. So I just figure on the offensive side, they said there is no adjustment. Until they slow us down, keep going at them, keep handing them the football.
Touchdown, Cardinals! A big play there, hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals have broken the tie. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. Two nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On first down, Allen. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Allen Robinson with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will level the playing field at 17-all. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out now come the Cardinals. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first two drives of the third quarter, one for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
A huge play there for Arizona. 45 yards on the ground. Well, this game's ripe for the taking, and that run, I think it means he wants to take it.
Not only does he want to take it, he doesn't care what they're going to do on the defensive side of the ball. You can be prepared for him. He's coming at you anyway.
Yeah, quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Mariota now just 6 of 16 through the air, but he does have a 1st and 10 here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Now a second down throw for Mariota. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. On third down, Mariota. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to there.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll come up now
Detroit,
2nd and 4
Detroit.
from the 31.
Detroit! 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 Gone! 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 Gone!
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11.
Gone! 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 Gone!
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen to Mixon on the check down. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been terrific so far, averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Second down, Mariota. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
The Cardinals on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, Mariota. And this is going to be incomplete. He misses yet again, and the struggles here, they look pretty uncharacteristic for him.
You're certainly right about that. Mechanics are the key right now. Feet, arm, not in sync at all. He ends up throwing that one past his receiver that's open.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They're indeed going. It's Mariota. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Detroit!
So after the INT, it's Allen. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for Joe Mixon there out of the backfield. And now it's 2nd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Detroit!
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Detroit!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Allen, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up in that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Mariota on 1st down. Going right side here, and that's complete. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Atlanta. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A first down throw for Mariota. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. And this one through the uprights and good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A good pickup there at 22. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3.
Right, now, lucky 56,
second and 7.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From midfield, here's Allen. He'll buy some time right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41, the 20, 10, and they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will shave one more off this lead. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Falcons now. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one, that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
All right,
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And he'll get this back. To the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the interception here, Mariota. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. A good pickup there at 22. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cardinals turning that interception into a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And last time, 1 play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. They'll set up the screen here to mix him. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen. And it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
He'll drop to throw. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there.
Check, Patriot! Patriot!
They'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 14. Back to throw here. Sliding out of the pocket. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
First down, Mariota. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 3rd down, it's Bryant. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now Mariota. And it is incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback. And that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. Maybe one final chance here to make this a bit more respectable as they'll go for it on 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. The Cardinals on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. And they'll run it here. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Arizona, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
you.